Jacó is deceived in his marriage. Jacob was on the run from his brother Esau and on his way to stay with his mother's brother Laban in Haran. He also hoped to find a wife. At Bethel, God told him that he was with him and that everyone would be blessed through him and his descendants. As Jacob approached Haran, he saw a well covered by a large stone and 3 flocks of sheep grazing nearby. Jacob asked the shepherds, "Where are you from?" "We are from Haran," they replied. "Do you know Laban?" asked Jacob. "Yes, and he is fine," they replied. "Here comes your daughter Rachel with her sheep." When Jacob saw Rachel, his uncle Laban's daughter, he rolled the stone from the well's mouth and watered his uncle's sheep. He told Rachel who he was, kissed her, raised his voice and wept. She ran to tell her father. Laban invited Jacob to stay with them. A month later, Laban said, "Just because you are a relative of mine, you shouldn't work for me without pay. Tell me what your salary should be." Laban had 2 daughters. Jacob was in love with Rachel and said, "I will work for you 7 years in exchange for your youngest daughter, Rachel." Jacob served 7 years to get Rachel, but it seemed like days to him because of his love for her. At the end of the 7 years, Laban held a wedding feast. But Laban gave Jacob Leah as his bride, not Rachel. It wasn't until the next morning that Jacob found out that he had married Leah and not Rachel. An angry Jacob confronted Laban. "What is this you did to me? I served you for Rachel, didn't I? Why did you fool me? It is not our custom here to give the youngest daughter in marriage before the eldest," explained Laban. "But I will allow you to marry Rachel in exchange for 7 more years of work." Jacob agreed. A week later, Rachel also became his wife. Jacob worked another 7 years for Laban. When the Lord saw that Leah was not loved by Jacob, he gave her 4 sons, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah. Rachel, however, remained childless. In short, Jacob traveled to Haran in search of a wife and found Rachel, the daughter of his uncle Laban. Jacob fell in love with Rachel and agreed to work 7 years for his uncle in exchange for his marriage to her. However, Laban deceived him, giving Leah as Jacob's bride in Rachel's place. Jacob was furious, but he ended up working another 7 years to marry Rachel. In the end, God gave Leah 4 children, but Rachel remained childless. We invite you to subscribe, like and share this video for more exciting stories and valuable teachings.